So here's another episode of You Couldn't Make This Shit Up. And it takes me back to a time I was working for an organisation that was facing real difficulties. We had one day where we were waiting to find out if we had funding. And it was a really fraught day because if we didn't have funding, we were insolvent and we would have to close. And nobody wants that. And we were very conscious of the 1,800 people that worked for us. And everybody knew, so everyone was on tenterhooks. The atmosphere, the tension was palpable. And I had the most amazing boss at the time. And bless him, he came out and tried to gee everybody up and cheer them up. But unfortunately, it just made them more nervous because they were like, actually, if he's out and around, then does that mean that we've got bad news? And I realised that actually what we really needed was to lighten the mood. And we all needed to lift our energy because that tension that we were feeling was there for everybody. So I happened to find a keyboard that had got crests growing out of it. I mean, who finds those? There was one in the office, and I went and swapped it for his own keyboard and took a picture and then sent him a message saying, I know we're waiting for the information, but I mean, seriously, grass is growing, this takes so long. And I remember one of the other general managers ringing me up and saying, oh my God, he's so annoyed with you. He said that you're going to have to get your P45. So I responded with, I'm a contractor, I don't have a P45, I'll just get my coat. And then thinking that I was hilarious, which sadly I sometimes do, I wandered downstairs because I knew he would have gone outside for a cigarette. I wandered downstairs to give him my pass. And as he walked in, I didn't realise he'd actually had my pass stopped. So I went to give it to him and he goes, well, it doesn't work, does it? And I was like, I don't know, I've not tried. I mean, you said I needed to get my P45. I don't have one, so I've gone to get my coat. And then, bless him, he was like hilarious. So he went into HR with me and he was like, she bullies me, she picks on me, she made me a wallflower. But it just lifted the mood. And then I remember sitting outside his office and there was 2 steps in the middle of the call centre, just outside his office. So I went and sat on the bottom step and I sent him a message to him and HR saying, I've considered what I've done and I realise I've been silly. So I am sitting on the naughty step and I understand I have to be here a minute for every year of my life. So I could be here for quite a while. He responded with, seriously, if you sit there for a minute for every year, there'll be cobwebs on you. Now get up. But even though it was a ridiculous thing to do, it really lifted the atmosphere. And because people saw that we were messing around and joking, it lifted everybody else's mood as well. And I guess for me, the learn is things can be really, really difficult. You can face some really challenging times. But actually, if you can inject a little bit of humour into whatever it is that's going on, you can lift the mood. And in lifting the mood, people find new strength. People find a new opportunity to see some light, even in the darkest hours. And he sent me a lovely message that night and said, yeah, I really needed that. So I know. Because the other thing that I realised is leadership doesn't always come from the top down. Sometimes you have to reach out and help your leader, particularly if it's somebody who you care for and admire, just as I did with him. I hope it helps.